current volume, I can be loud.
I can turn the microphone up if...
No, I'm happy to go with that unless you need it for the recording.
No, I'm good.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Excellent. So my name's Rebecca Jackson. I'm from Melbourne Water. My official title is Internet Specialist. And at the moment, the bulk of my work is around the redevelopment that we're doing of our Intranet into SharePoint 2013. What I wanted to talk to you about today is not so much about the SharePoint side of things of the project. You know, our project's not finished yet, so I don't really have anything massively exciting to show you in that respect. But I want to talk about engagement. So how do we engage people in a redevelopment project to ensure that we get success? And I think quite luckily there's been a couple of presentations already today, one from Michael Sampson and one from Luzuli that I've sat in, talking about adoption and how important it is. And I think you'll find if you were in those sessions some familiar messages that I'm going to be talking about here. So I'll go over our project just really quickly so you can get the context of what's going on. I'm going to talk about, well, why would you bother with engagement at all? Can't you just plug it in and let it go for it? How to engage, so the different tools and methodologies that we've used in our project, and tips for success. So this is very much case study oriented. I'm going to talk about the things that I've done and what we've experienced. And if there's anything along the way that you want to hear a bit more about, I'll leave questions to the end so that I can try and keep to time. But I'm also happy to chat later on. If you want to grab a drink break or talk afterwards, I will talk for days about this project. And I love to be able to share information because Intranet can be a very closed environment. So if there's stuff you want to know, I'm more than happy to talk more. So our project. Let's start with Melbourne Water. We're a Victorian government-owned organisation, privately run. So the government's like our shareholder. We have anywhere between 850 to 2,500 staff at any given time. So we have a lot of contractors because we have a lot of big projects. There's about 1,700 who have access to the Intranet at the moment. We control $9.4 billion in assets. What that means is we look after the huge dams and reservoirs that collect the water. We take care of the removal of sewage from homes, which is pretty important when it doesn't happen properly. And we care for the rivers, creeks and major drainage. So we're all about making sure that the water is drinkable and safe and that people's homes are safe and the sewage is taken care of. Our current Intranet has a lot of problems with it, but to kind of high level it in the interest of time, the technology is end of life. It's the business case for my project, the reason I had funding is because of that risk. The technology was called OpenText LiveLink. If any of you are familiar with OpenText products, it's probably not the LiveLink you're thinking of. It's like way older than that. OpenText don't even support it anymore. It's been Frankensteined by our vendor. So it's bits and pieces hacked onto it to make it look like a real intranet. And so there's a serious lack of innovation because anything we want to do is really hard and quite expensive to do. It's under-resourced and underfunded, or at least it was when I started in the organisation. Now we have one person dedicated to looking after the Intranet. We have a project to redevelop it, which is a great step. And there was ownership and governance confusion. So they weren't sure who in the organisation should own it. And there was really no process in place for how people could update it. Everything we do on the current Intranet goes through our vendor, and it's quite haphazard and quite an arduous process because the vendor doesn't quality check for us. So we need to implement a couple of steps to get the quality on the Intranet. And probably most importantly for our staff is that content is really out of date. Since I started 3 years ago, we've already gone through the process of getting rid of a lot of old, out-of-date information. I think we've deleted about 850 pages so far. I'm pretty proud of that figure. Just stuff that is just no longer relevant. Things as old as from 1995, and we didn't even have an Intranet, so I don't know how someone put it on there. Like, how they think something from 1995 was going to be relevant 10 years later when the Intranet came into place. So it's in a pretty bad situation. If you look at it on the face of things, certainly I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. We've got a nice big image on there, there's some quick links, we've got the storages, it's meeting a business need and talking to people about what we do as an organisation. But when you start to get feedback from our users, well, the first thing that they often say is, like, we've just been punched in the face by a pillar looking at this thing. Obviously, that's our corporate branding. We're a water branding colours, but it's just really overwhelming. And they're also like, well, I know I work at Melbourne Water, why do I need a huge big logo on there? So it's something that the homepage is not providing relevance for our users, but it's really not until you dig deeper and start looking at the content and looking at the structure of the pages, the information architecture and the search, which hasn't indexed for 12 months and they can't get it to work, that you really see the problems that are happening with the current intranet. Our roadmap for the current project, we're looking at a new platform, governance, up-to-date content and improved usability. There's so much we need to do to fix the problem we have with the intranet, but if we were to take it all on in one go, we'd just be giving it ourselves instant failure. We'd never be finished. So the current project is really heavily focused on getting that new platform, governance in place, giving people the tools to put their content on there, and making it usable and a friendly place for people to be. Once we've got that core platform, we'll look later at things like collaboration, social networking, mobile and forums. So our intranet, when I talk to people about our intranet, I don't talk about SharePoint, I talk about an intranet. And a lot of people are familiar with SharePoint now, even non-technical people in organisations, and the reason it's critical that I say we're not doing SharePoint is because we're not doing document management, we're not doing team sites. A lot of the things that you'd expect from a SharePoint installation are not happening in this project, which I'm happy to talk about offline if people are interested at all. So the new intranet, SharePoint 2013, as I said, we're hoping, fingers crossed, everybody touch wood, we can find some for me for a launch in September 2014. So we're in the middle of development at the moment. I've got people back in the office putting content in. Things are really happening. I haven't got a screenshot from the development intranet because I'm a bit too precious to show you when it's not finished, because it's all bits and pieces of web parts missing and that sort of thing at the moment. But here's just a quick look at our visual design for interest. I would say what you've probably noticed quite distinctly is it's no way near as blue as our current intranet. We very, very deliberately asked visual designers to move away from that colour palette and keep it really fresh and relevant. You might also notice that there's no logo. And that wasn't really a battle for me, but marketing were initially quite against not having a logo at all, and then through a few iterations of design and some work with the visual designer, there's no logo on the intranet at all. All it says is MW intranet. And I think that's important. Like, we don't need to be in people's faces about it. They know where they're sitting at their desk, they know they're working on the water. This is something that's more for them, there's less corporate. It's more about the internal identity than the corporate identity. Functionality-wise, it is extremely similar to what we've got now, because we're going for that base level intranet. We've got the good old image carousel, argue for or against it. Our people really wanted an image carousel. There was a business need for it because it's a core communications tool. We've got our news feed, which is a bit more colourful now with imagery. We've got the water storage is still lost the battle on the weather. People apparently really love the weather. And again, there's a business need for weather in our organisation. You know, we've got people who are working on sites and could be involved in a crisis, and they like having the weather handy on the internet homepage. Probably the biggest change to the homepage is what you might notice is a My Links section, and we've gone to the effort of making kind of a semi-personalised quick links area, which has a number of purposes. For me, first and foremost, it's about not having My Links be driven by whatever corporate mandate we think is happening at the moment. It's always a battle with whichever team's got this new awesome thing that they need to launch and needs to be in the quick links. So who's first on the list, who has a bigger link and all that sort of thing. I wanted to eliminate that and make it about the user. So we provide them a master list and they can choose the links that are appropriate to them. But I'll move on from the homepage and again happy to talk about it offline. So why bother with engagement at all? Surely, you know, we should just put a technology solution in. As Michael said in one of his case studies, you know, we've got really smart people working for us. We've got engineers, people with postdoctorate degrees, people who are scientists, and surely if we put in a system they'll be able to figure it out. I never thought that for an instant. You need engagement because it's their intranet for one. So how can you go and build a solution to support their business needs without talking to the business users? So they're the ones that are going to be using it every day. It should do what they need it to do and support their process. It's not just from a senior management directive, not just because there's a new technology solution in place that IT has just purchased. No offence if there's any IT people in the group, it's just something that happens, right? We've all heard of or been involved in an organisation where they've got, here's this new toy, make it work, pretty much. So, you know, you need to do engagement because it's about them that it should be. Good engagement is going to support your business case. It's pretty much where you should start. So you need to be talking to senior leaders, getting them to sign the check to give you the money for resources to build a new intranet. Well, how are you going to do that if you don't have the evidence to show why you people need it and why it's important? So doing your user research, doing your engagement activities, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is going to give you all of the information, the statistics, the factoids that senior leaders need to be able to justify giving you money to do a fix, to do an entire rebuild, to buy new technology. It's absolutely critical. Getting people in early is going to give you project success. I think there's no point in an intranet in an organisational environment getting all stuck on having a fantastic launch, doing a big bang show off of the new intranet. Use the project or your work as an opportunity to bring people on the journey. Show them it from day one. Show them warts and all. Have them involved in the process. And when you get to launch, while it might be nice to have everyone go ooh and ah over a new system, what you really want is for them to go, that's cool, I was involved in that, I understand how this works and how it supports me on that job. So getting them involved as early as possible is going to support you when it comes to day one and launch, and you want everyone to actually be using it and getting value from it. Really importantly for me, personally in the project, has been getting different perspectives. So I've been doing this project for 3 years now, from early business case stage. I know all the ins and outs. We'll be in a project meeting, someone will talk about a requirement, and I'll say, well, yeah, that is a requirement, here's the requirement number, that sort of thing. You become really entrenched in your project and what's going on, and you become blind to sometimes the issues and that sort of thing. So getting a different set of eyes in to look at it and say, well, hey, actually that won't work because I needed to do this, is really valuable. If you sit in a project room with you and a couple of other people and just plug away, you're going to miss so many opportunities. So let's talk about the how. I'm going to take you through things that we've done in our organisation. There's probably heaps of other things you can do, but I can only talk from my own experience. So let's start with requirements gathering, which is right at the beginning. So that's what I was talking about before. It's their intranet. You need to ask them what they need, not what they want. Hopefully I'll get a few nods in the room on that one. If you ask people what they want, they'll say, yeah, I want Twitter and Facebook and that sort of thing, which has value in some places, but really, what do they need? By interviewing your users, talking to them, asking them questions, not what you want, but hey, what's hard about your day? What's the most annoying thing for you? Tell us how you approach this. What systems slow you down and make life difficult for you? We'll get you the information you need to meet the requirements, and you can't do that without talking to people. It's also a way of building awareness about your project. So by running focus groups, having surveys and interviews, you're already getting out there the word in the organisation that this is, we think your productivity is important, we think the tool you use every day is important, and we want to hear from you about how you need to use it. So focus groups, all of these things I'm talking about are things that organisations can do themselves, business teams can do themselves. There's heaps of fantastic consulting companies out there that will help you with it, but if, like us, you're resource strapped and all you've got is a little bit of budget and the people at hand, you can gather a group of people from across the organisation, sit them in a room with some flip charts, a whiteboard, post-it notes, all that cool junk, and talk to them. What annoys you about the internet? What do you hate about it? What are the things in your job that really just make life hard for you? Surveys enables you to get a little bit wider, get a bit statistical about it, ask your questions in a particular way. You're always going to get the, well, search is crap, or no Facebook, no Twitter, which is like verbatim from surveys that I've done, but you get a lot of value and information from people. And then one-on-one interviews. With one-on-one interviews, I have in many instances deliberately targeted people who I knew would be a problem for me, putting it fairly bluntly. Grab those people really early on, and often if you know your organisation well enough, you know who those people are, the ones who are going to be the grumblers and groaners. They would be your best friend if you grab them early on in the project, sit down, listen to them, listen to their problems and get their input, and then they own it. they're part of it, they're part of the solution, and in the end, those people will end up being your friends and your advocates throughout the process. For me, the most critical engagement activity I've done is business representative group. We probably call it different things. If any other project I do in the future related to technology, I will do this process again. And I did it because I felt like, you know, while I work for Melbourne Water, it's not my intranet, it's not Rebecca's intranet, it's the organisation's intranet. And I needed a group of people who I could call on regularly and keep involved. So if we were doing things, I had them there on tap. That's a not intentional watermark there. So I usually have representation from across the business. I have one person from each business unit that represents their particular needs. I keep them updated about the project via a number of different forums, through our Yammer group, through regular meetings, through emails, where I try to keep live on the email because that personally annoys me. But they know everything that's going on. Even if something bad is happening, if there's an issue in the project, which just happens, right? The project really runs smoothly, I tell them because it's better they know, because people know they're in my business representative group, so they talk to them and they ask them questions. So I've got this group of people who know everything that's going on, that have access to people out in the business, and that if I need something, they can come and help, like doing card sorting activities, like being a business champion when we go to launch. So that group has been absolutely critical for me. A task that we did probably about midway into the project was develop some personas. I think, you know, ideally if you're following the book and doing personas, you probably start at the beginning. Does everyone have a level of familiarity with what personas are? Show of hands if you know. Personas, awesome, to save this explanation. So you're aware of what personas are. They're, you know, that cookie cutter. These are the people in our business. This is what they need. We use it as a basis for design decisions. And for me, it's, you know, every time I need to make a decision, I don't want to make it myself without considering my users. And I also don't want to have to send a survey to 1,700 people or go to senior management and ask them every time, because, you know, frankly, they expect me to do my job and not bother them with every little thing. So in addition to the business representative group, I have personas that I use as a basis for user decisions. And I also use them when talking to stakeholders, because I can look at my personas and go, right, we need to do this because it meets this person's needs, or we shouldn't do this because it's contrary to what this person's needs are. And I'll show you quickly what I did. I actually wrote a blog post about the entire process I went through. We did this all internally, so if you are interested in having a talk about it, or feel free to check it out on my blog. So our personas, we have Natalie, the new starter. The new starter persona is pretty critical for, you know, user design activities. You should always be looking from the new starter's perspective. How does someone walking into your organisation, if you've got an information architecture that's structured based on your organisational structure, how are they going to navigate that? How are they going to find things? We've got Karen, the knowledge worker. A lot of people at Melbourne Water are knowledge workers. They're specialists in their fields, scientists and that sort of thing. And she's spending her day on the phone to people, getting information or giving information, pretty much dealing in data. Peter, the people manager, he doesn't want to have to worry about, you know, faffing around with a search that doesn't work properly, endlessly looking for documents, a convoluted, you know, check-off, sign-off process. He's got a team to lead who are doing important things. So he's not getting on the internet very much except to do something really quick. We need to think about him when we're designing. Austin, the operator, we've got a lot of people out on major sites, hazardous chemicals and that sort of thing. They're not spending any more than 50% of their day, if that, in front of the screen. And when they're there, they're using a critical business system like SCADA that moves water into homes and moves sewage out of homes. They're not worried about a pile of crappy internal comms emails that aren't relevant to them. They're not worried about having to mess around on the internet searching for things. They just want what they need right there. And Anita, the author. For our project, because we're moving from a really centralised publishing model to a devolved publishing model, the author's experience is critical to the success of what we want to do. I don't have a team of authors who can vet content and rewrite things or write things from scratch for people. We need the business to do that. So we need to always think about the author when we're designing the intranet. So here's a quick look of the profiles idea, which is one of the profiles. So Natalie, the new starter, what's she all about? What does she do in a day? What does she do for Melbourne Water? What are the tasks she does frequently? Well, she's searching, she's looking for org charts, she needs policies and procedures. Who's she talking to? Well, she's probably talking to a lot of people because our search is terrible. She can't find anything. So she's talking to people in her area, asking them for help on things. And what does she need from the intranet? Well, she needs to do her job to get up to speed quickly. So pleasing Natalie, the new starter, means not only is she being more productive quicker, it's saving the business money, but she's also enjoying working at Melbourne Water because she's having a pleasurable induction experience that she can get what she needs really easily. You can see I've got a little photo there. We haven't used Melbourne Water people deliberately. It's been awkward with these generic people because they're kind of getting tied up to individuals. The quote there just says, I need to get up to speed quickly. That's like, in a nutshell, what's Natalie the new starter all about. And then there's a little bit of a bio that gives life and context to what Natalie is all about. Another thing that I've done along our project is, oh sorry, there's a question.
You okay to take questions during?
I'm happy to take this one now, but I'm watching the clock, so.
All right, I'll consider myself fortunate. What proportion of the time in sort of the design time was spent on personas?
I couldn't give you a proportion, but my time that was spent, I did 16 interviews with different people across the business. Each of those interviews would have been between 30 minutes and an hour, depending on the user. And then you can kind of add on about 15 to 30 minutes analysis for each of those users, and then a bit of time to pull together the personas. I'm really terrible at maths, so I'm not even going to try and add that up. So I think that for personas, the decision point for organisations is, do you have $20,000 to $30,000 to give to a consultant to do personas? Awesome, do it, because it is extremely valuable. But if you don't, all you need is maybe a couple of days for someone to be able to get around to people, ask questions and pull everything together.
Thanks.
So with show and tell sessions, every single opportunity I have to talk to people about my project, I'm doing it. And the rest of my project team is absolutely the same. So sometimes we set up targeted sessions and invite people along. Sometimes I'll just be going to a team meeting because I've had a conversation with someone and said, how's the project going? I said, oh, it's going really good. Do you want me to come and talk to your team about it? Because I think it's important. They're like, awesome. So in those sessions, I'll take them through the history of the project. Why are we doing this? Well, we're doing it for you. Here's our objectives. Here's what we're trying to achieve. Here's what we're not doing, because that's a key message for, like I said before, a project about SharePoint. We're not delivering SharePoint, we're delivering an intranet, these particular things. And it's an opportunity to hear from people. I feel like a lot of people are really afraid to get feedback from people throughout a project. And yeah, there's certainly things that I hear from people that make me like wrench up inside and like, do you understand what we're trying to do? But that's kind of what you need to hear. If people don't understand what you're trying to do, they haven't heard the message, you need to be talking to them about it more, you need to be getting the message across. So talk to people whenever you can, get into meetings. I've spoken to senior managers, I've spoken to small teams, I've spoken to individuals, and I've even spoken to people outside of our organisation. I've got a few other intranet managers who I network with, and we catch up frequently and talk about projects because the shared knowledge is value. In this, for engaging the people, they're getting understanding of the opportunity to ask questions and be involved, and that's pretty important. Information architecture, I won't labour on this one. There's heaps of good books and articles on how to do information architecture and heaps of good vendors who will do it for you. But it's an ideal opportunity to get people involved, and in fact, to do it properly, you really do need to get people involved. We did this in-house again, using sessions with people in the room, post-it notes and index cards and that sort of business, and some online tools. We used Optimal Workshop. There are other tools that you can use. So in your card sorting sessions, when you have people in the room, I invited my business representative group. I invited people who I know will be opinionated and difficult. I invited some senior managers. I had my project team involved. I had anyone who wanted to be involved really was more than welcome to come along, but I forced a few people to as well. So you might have to do that sometimes. And similarly with tree testing. By getting them involved in the process, you not only get them again to take ownership of what you're doing, but you're getting the information that you need from them about how your information should be structured on the intranet, which it's very difficult to do good information architecture in isolation. And people really enjoy the process as well. Give them the right direction and the right environment, they'll get really into it and enjoy it and tell other people. I was in this cool session the other day doing this stuff with the intranet. It's really awesome. Well, sometimes people whinge, but we get a lot of advocates as well. Usability testing. I think a lot of people are becoming really aware about the importance of usability testing, which is fantastic. I think it's really important to make sure that you budget for it. We engaged a vendor to help us with it and coordinate forward this person, show me how you would do it. If you want to do this particular task, show me how you would do it. And we set it up so we had a viewing room in one office, and we had the testing room in another office. So we had our person, you can see Sylvie's there in the corner going, what's going on with the intranet? She's in another room with our vendor who's asking questions. We're observing and watching her and banging the table when she can't find things that we think are really obvious. And we actually made some very significant design decisions based on a couple of rounds of usability testing, where the visual design was set up in a particular way, that this button that was supposed to go there quick links, we thought, well, that's obvious, it's purple, it's right there, it's in your face. We went through a round of usability testing with 4 people. The sessions go for 30 minutes, and none of them clicked on it or even saw it. And I'm just there, like, dying and trying to figure out how we get the budget to change things. But if we didn't know that, we'd be going into our launch with a critical tool on the homepage inaccessible to our users. That to me just illustrates the value of usability testing. And while we did engage a vendor, you can do it yourself. And I even did some post rounds of usability testing, not engaging a vendor, because we ran out of budget. So it's easy enough to take some print-offs of the intranet, do some A/B testing, that sort of thing. There's no reason why you can't do it yourself. User acceptance testing. We've been through a few rounds of user acceptance testing recently. If you happen to follow me on Twitter, you might have seen some of our usability user acceptance testing memes. It can be a bit tough, locked up in a room for sometimes weeks on end testing an intranet. The project team for our process followed some formal scripts. So we had proper testing scripts. I'm not a testing person, so probably not using the right words, but there were scripts there to follow. And we got our users to do exploratory testing. So we pulled in our business representatives and some other users who I knew would be interested, or difficult customers, to come in, and I put them in a chair and I said, these are the things that you can look at. These are the things we don't want your feedback on. So I don't care what you think about the visual design at this point, we can't change it, that sort of thing. Go for it. Sit there for 30 minutes, write down what you find, anything that's difficult. And this process was absolutely invaluable. Not just to get from them a number of issues on the intranet that we might have missed through non-user acceptance testing processes, but they've had a chance to play around with it and have a look. And at the end of the sessions, something that I'll do next time is I'll try and solicit positive feedback as well. But for user acceptance testing, we were pretty focused on what are the issues. What I found is in the weeks after the testings, I saw people in the hallway, they were saying, oh, Rebecca, we think the system looks awesome. And I didn't hear that at the time. And it's a great opportunity for the project to get that sort of feedback, both positive and negative. So, tips for success. Probably heard me touch on this a little bit through the rest of the presentation. Ask the users what they need, don't ask them what they want. And again, white line, if you ask them what they want, you'll get a pile of crap. Users will say to you, I need a huge big list of quick links on the homepage. But when we researched with our users, most of them use bookmarks. They don't use the links on the homepage. A handful of them did, but most of them are like, oh, I just bookmark whatever I want. So that's, that led us to the design decision to do the personalised reports. It sits there for the people who want to use it. It's not taking up heaps of real estate, and for the people who don't, it doesn't matter so much. Involve people early and involve them throughout the project. So don't just ask them their requirements and then go off into the distance. There was certainly a number of points in our project where I had this moment of reflection. I was like, wow, people don't know what we're doing right now because we've been so involved in what's going on with the project that we haven't told people what's going on. So even when you get to a point where you think there's nothing going on that you can involve people, just tell them what's going on. Ask them what they think is happening, that sort of thing. At the moment I've got a group of 8 people who are advocates for my project who know what's going on, and they come to me all the time with feedback from the business. So if we didn't have that group of people, we'd be working in isolation. Budget for your design activities. I know this says budget and that usually means dollar signs for people, but if you don't have budget, have resources. And you really do need them. You can't go and do an intranet project and expect to not engage your users and not design. So when we were doing the initial budget for our project, I made sure that we had dollar figures in our capital project that pointed to this is where we're doing our usability testing, that pointed to to this is how much we need for our change management activities. And like most organisations, it can sometimes be difficult to justify, here's a couple of $1,000 for a video, here's a couple of $1,000 for a launch party. Well, we can tie it back to change management. We can say, well, this video, it's not just for launch, it lives as an instructional guide for people. And if we don't have that, they're not going to know how to use it. They're not going to just jump on and play around. A lot of users, most users aren't really like that. So you need to use your user research and sell it to the business that you need to have money to be able to do these things to make the project right. And I know it's not easy because I fought battles to get that sort of budget included in our budget, but yeah, it's important time spent. Be really clear on expectations. And for our project, this plays through on a number of different levels. You've heard me say before, we're doing an intranet, we're not doing SharePoint. And that's extremely important because when we get to day one, and people who are familiar with SharePoint, such as the majority of our IT department, people who come from organisations, people in information management, they're going to go, well, where's the document library? Why can't I do this on my site? And where's my team site? Can I have a team site? We need to tell people what we're doing, otherwise on day one they're going to expect something completely different. And even down to a granular level, whenever I involve people in the project, I'm setting up expectations really clearly. So when I went out to the business and asked for a business representative group to support me in the project, I told them exactly what I needed them for, exactly how much time I'd be expecting of them throughout the project, and the sorts of tasks that they would be doing. Because otherwise, why is a GM going to give me a resource for them when he doesn't know what it is? Very important. Treats go a long way. People love it if you feed them. Give them free things in exchange for stuff. Whenever I do a session, usability testing session, user acceptance testing, got people in the room, there are treats on the table. It's not all bad. I like to have healthy treats as well, so everyone's into the nice ones and that sort of thing. But it's about creating an environment. It's not just about the exchange. So they'll come into the user acceptance testing room and they see, we've got posters on the wall and that sort of stuff. We've got the radio going. There's food on the table. They feel catered for and appreciated in that process. We don't have budget to give them monetary rewards for doing this. They're taking time out of their working day to help us. So let's make the experience a little bit pleasurable. And definitely make it as fun as you can. I often forget how other people think intranets are quite dry, because I think they're really exciting and think the project's fun. So when we're doing sessions, if we can have music in the room, be enthusiastic about it, try and be positive. Things don't always go well, but maintain that positivity. And as an example, when we did user acceptance testing, we had a room blocked off for 2 weeks with a group of people in the room. We had paper everywhere and treats on the table. Everyone was asking what we were doing and talking about our project. So by virtue of being in that room, being seen to be doing a task, but also being seen to be enjoying it and being involved in it, people were asking, what project's that? And then I was even having other projects come along and ask me how I did it, so they could do the same thing on their project. So I'll just do a bit of a recap for you. Why bother with engagement? Well, it's their intranet, it's their tool. Why would you just build a tool and give it to them and expect that was going to be what they needed? It's going to support your business case, really importantly. If you ask the users what they need and get some really good solid stats for your executive leaders, they're going to give you money, because otherwise why would they? Your early buy-in is going to lead to success, and having different perspectives means that you don't get tunnel vision and being locked in to, we need to do this, we need to do this. And if someone's telling you that it's not working, you need to be able to hear that and have a forum for people to be able to talk to you about it. How do we engage people? These are the things that I did. We gathered our requirements through a number of different processes. We had a business representative group. We developed our personas. We got them in on the information architecture, usability testing, the user acceptance testing. There are a number of different things, and probably more things we did that I haven't even included here. But it's all about every opportunity you get along the way, get people involved and get them there. Don't think that you have to do it all on your own. It's something that I'm guilty of. People will be happy to help set up the environment for them. And then your tips for success. So ask what they need, not what they want. Involve them from the beginning. Budget for your design activities. be really clear on your expectations and what you're doing, feed them and they will come, and make it as fun as you possibly can with a dry, boring, muddy environment. Thank you for listening to me. I've left a good chunk of time for questions. I'm on Twitter. If you want to get in touch with me afterwards and talk about things, you can grab me here, you can grab me on Twitter. I've got a blog where I talk about different things I do in the project and conferences and that sort of stuff if you're interested. And if you're in the Conference Yammer group, happy to take questions there as well. If you're not into speaking up in the room, I'm an introvert as well, so sometimes it's nice to do it in a different environment than the Yammer group. And so with the time I've got for you, trundle off to your next presentation, I'm happy to take any questions you have.
You said this has been a 3-year project, and you said you've been meeting with people and telling them about it. How have you been managing that expectation that people are going through? We met with you a year ago. What's happened? What's going on?
By telling them what's going on, like straight up. It has been a long project, and we've had a number of issues with that project over those 3 years. If you let yourself go into a black hole where no one knows what you're doing, they will ask those questions. But if you inform them and keep them involved and tell them what's going on, yeah, you still get questions every now and then from people on the outskirts of your communication network, but you're set up. You're set up to be able to answer those questions. And we've got an Intranet page with information. We've got a Yammer group where we talk as well. I'm fundamentally against all sides of emails. It's absolutely necessary, but we do communicate out to our group via email. I keep in close communication with my sponsor and our senior leaders. Because rightfully so, they will pop up every now and then and go, well, where's our money going, what's going on? So you've just got to talk to people. Don't be afraid to do it if things go bad.
3 years ago, having been 3 years and all the activities you undertaken to this point, I guess there's one question: what would you have done differently, or have you been more interested in all those things you should do?
I'll answer the easiest question first, which is what I would do again is the business representative group. I mean, all of these activities, the business representative group is really core. I've got an even bigger structure of that, and there's all business representative group and I've got champions around the organisation. If I didn't have that group of people, it would be a project working in isolation, and they're just absolutely valuable champions for the project. If we're having a problem with content authors in a particular area because they're not coming to the party, we can go to that business champion, business representative in that area and say, hey, we're dealing with such and such, we're not getting much love, can you help? That means we don't have to go to a GM unless absolutely necessary, and we don't necessarily have to sell it to managers. It makes the whole process a little bit nicer and easier for us. Does that answer your question? What was the second one?
The other part was of the things that you did which you haven't been told that you were involved in, or would choose not to because of the
I would reconsider doing my business representative group by organisation structure. But I was very deliberate in my rationale for doing it at the time because we had an unknown author group. We had no idea who in the business was going to be authoring content, so I wanted to get a really broad spread across the organisation. But when we came to quite a significant organisational restructure, just before we were about to put content in, we've run into trouble now trying to source people who've left the business or moved to other roles. So if I was going to do it again, I'd consider doing it task-based, perhaps. But I also think something like that is very particular to whatever circumstances happening at the time. So every organisation is different. You've got to go with what works.
Sorry. So you know how you identified the people that were going to be the most difficult persona, and that was what changed, I suspect. Were they like the older people? I'm just wondering if it always seems to be people who've been in the organisation longer, or whether is there any similarities between them?
No, I mean, you do get kind of your stereotypical older user not familiar with technology, that sort of thing. I would have people who have just seen a lot of technology projects go badly and not be listened to, so they're kind of a bit complacent about it, like, oh, you're just going to shove something in here and care about one. Some people who've been there for a long time. Some people are just different customers who, they're going to jump on the internet for the first time. They can't be bothered with it.
Were they the engineers in the company?
No, I had from all different areas of the company. So, some of them will be operational people, like, head offices delivering us another piece of crap. Some of them will be, our knowledge workers. Sometimes new people are really hard as well for a completely different reason. You get a graduate in front of a new IT system, they want to fix everything. And they'll be like, you need to fix this, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. So, yeah, difficult customers come in different guises.
Yeah, I'm just interested in the post-go live as well, because everyone's sort of building up. How are you going to manage the expectations for the intranet? What's next, and how are you going to deliver it? Are you going to bed it down for a bit, or are you going to gradually introduce those things?
That depends really heavily on how I go with some resourcing that I'm looking for at the moment. We're doing a more kind of activity review in our organisation at the moment, so we're looking at a lot of tasks and cutting a lot of things from our future strategy. What I've got on the roadmap at the moment, the first improvement task will be looking at team sites and doing pilots. I see that as probably a critical area to help with productivity. We'll also be training the business on how to author content. We've already trained them on how to write good content. We intended to use them as part of the migration process and train them how to publish, but our time frames meant that we can't do that anymore. So straight after launch, we'll be integrating people, bedding in governance, bedding in our authoring network. And then at that time, what I really plan to do is just kind of sit back and have a good look at everything that's going on, assess how the new intranet is working, and see, where next from here. I plan to continually improve.
Are you looking at implementing some sort of feedback strategy for users of the pages and users of the intranet itself? Like, if someone likes a page, like, are you facilitating the ability to like or dislike pages, or to comment on functionality and stuff like that? How are you going to manage all of that information coming in across your 1,000 users?
That's a good question. We've got a few things in place. We've got a feedback form that's available on every page of the intranet. It'll pick up what's the page, who's the user, and give them a drop down what's your feedback about, and then some space to provide feedback. So we as an intranet team will monitor that feedback. We're also, as part of the project, getting some reporting tools in. So SharePoint's really strong. SharePoint 2013 is very strong from a reporting perspective in terms of the engine. But we've, in our project, we've got Cardiolog as an add-on. So we plan to get reporting on usage of pages, search terms, and continually improve via that process. And I also want to, a few months after go live, do a bit of a feel out to the business and see how things are going. Have we improved things? Are there any issues? Anything else? Awesome. I've left you a good 15 minutes to get to your next session. It's ages away. If anyone wants to talk to me afterwards, I'm more than happy to chat. And yeah, thank you very much for listening to me.